life of the child born from the episode when he took advantage of Bathsheba. You can find it in 2 Samuel 12 and 16. A person can also fast from certain habits for a specific time. It helps to remove these habits and completely from their lives. The fasting from food exercises the spirit at the same time, giving the digestive system a rest from its work. So in other words, what they're saying here about the fasting is, many people fast, some people say, I'm give this up for so long, and which is, it's not a bad thing, but that's something people ask them. Everybody else is fasting, or our church is fasting, because God said, and Jesus said, the bridegroom is willing, which means saying that God is willing. So, they, all what they have is right there together. But he said it will come a day when he won't be able to walk with them and they'll be on their own. So it's like, so that's what he said that, right now I'm with you. One day he's talking about when he descend sins into heaven. That would be as for us, you know, sometimes you might be going through a difficult time. You really need to do something to clear your mind. You know, there's a lot of negativity in the world today. You know, turn on the TV, that's all you see, something negative. The time when the news come on, it's something always bad going on. Something bad. Sometimes you can fast by not watching TV, staying off social media. You know, you feed yourself a lot of negativity. That's all it's going to come out of is negative. You want to try to stay positive. And like it said here, John the Baptist was a forerunner for his cousin Jesus. He lived in the wilderness, died on bullets and wild hunting, and wore rough clothes made from the camel hair. He came into his ministry as a voice carrying out in the wilderness, proclaiming the need of repentance. The Pharisees and religious sect of Jews were scholars and teachers who followed a strict interpretation of God's law. John the Baptist, the Pharisee, and Jesus all sought the way of the Lord. However, people had noticed that the students of the Pharisees and followers of John engaged in a spiritual practice of fasting. Those who followed Jesus did not. So they was looking at different groups here. They practice different things, and they was wondering why. Well, people that's following the Pharisees and John, they fast. But people that follow Jesus, they're not fast. They was trying to figure out why. Like I said before, God, Jesus was with the disciples, people that didn't fast. But he said that, he said that you didn't have to give up fasting, but he was saying, but I'm with you. He's bread, he's food, he's giving them what they need. As far as the other, like the Pharisees, they fast and they pray because they don't get around things. They really believe that, you gotta have a sharp mind. And you really can't play with, try to have a sharp mind and try to really focus on what God has for us. But also in a way, contract with the best of what Jesus was doing, because like I said, Jesus said, they don't have to, because I'm providing everything that they need. And it's like our lives today, it's time to feel like we can't get things done, but God always going to prepare things for us. You might know that he definitely would want him to, but he would. And also in the same section that says so, that has to be better. Not only is disciples fasting or traditionally people themselves, Jesus did not give it a great answer by embarking on a teaching method of storytelling. He said, guess what? There's going to be a wedding, lots of feast, dancing, and joy. The bridegroom and all his attendants are present. Should the attendants refrain from feasting while the bridegroom is in the house? No, because a wedding is a time of separation. There was no party, no was a miracle. You know what? Someone's coming to get them. He will be taken away from them one day. That happens. His attendants will face. The book of Ecclesiastes espouses that there is a time for everything, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time for peace, and a time for war, a time for birth, and a time for death. All these events are part of the rhythm of life. Just feasting and fashion. There are several times that can help us grow in awareness of God. Jesus' response to the people indicated the same principle that there is time for everything. The time for his disciples to fast and not yet arrived because Jesus arrived and was still with them. So the question I was asking Jesus is this. He said, hey, I like how he put it in that storytelling. He said there's there's a time for we have dinners, you know, go out and dance and things like that. Like it's funny here. There's a time for everything. But like he told them, there's gonna come a day when you gotta stand alone. He done taught you what you need to know, like even when you're raising the kids, right? When you get to that certain age, you're gonna be like, well, I taught you everything that you need. I can't keep going and keep showing me at the time I have to step back and let you perform. In other words, you gotta let them grow into that role that they're supposed to be. And that's what he was saying. It's gonna come a time when he's not gonna be here, but he's always gonna provide. But he's gotta go to a place where he's prepared for all of us. So that's a pretty cool way of putting things. I can explain. In the second section, New Wine and Ways, Mark 2, 21 through 42. And it says, no one sells a piece of insurance cloth on the old coat, but buys it and pulls away from it. No form, no, and the worst hair is made. Similarly, no one puts new wine into an old wineskin, otherwise the wine will burst the skin and the wine stones. And so are the skins, but put new wine into fresh wineskin. The people ask the question, we're trying to reconcile the tried and true practice of fasting with Jesus. Or difference between the teachers of the Pharisees made them feel and how Jesus made them feel when he taught. Continuing the traditions of the rabbis using the metaphor of stories, Jesus explained to them that he was indeed bringing a new way of thinking about following the Lord and being in a relationship with him. He set the stage with the example of the bridegroom. He wanted to use the cloak and wineskins to emphasize his point. Just a cloak covers the body. Faith covers the life of believers. Even as well, the cloak, however, can become worn and torn. Yet no prayers in the old cloak with new, unshrunk fabric. It would only set it free and make it worse. Likewise, with new wine and old wineskin, the wineskin was made from the tan skin of a goat or sheep. The healing process made the skin strong and flexible. But when you pass the wineskin will become stiff and unflexible with age. New wineskin will come off both times and will continue in the process of fermentation, even after it has been transferred to a wineskin. Using an old wineskin allows this strength and flexibility. What's not applies. As far as unyielding wineskin will expand and burst. Faith is the cloak that covers and protects our soul when the one who practices our faith becomes more intimate, touched with the people and what is going on in the world. In other words, I can say, our faith is the cloak. Our faith is what's going to get us saved. Our faith is a true testament of what Jesus said he was going to do. If you believe in that, if you believe in that, God got you. And no one can say in the school you can't reuse something old. That's what it's going to do. Make use of the wineskins. If you use an old wineskin that's already, done served its time and its purpose, and you try to put new wine in there, it's gonna mess up. It's gonna mess up the skin and cause the wine to bust out. So, we have to be, we kind of like, even though we got faith in God, we gotta watch what we put in. If we put the wrong thing inside of us, our things gonna happen. Our main job is to try to get people to restore God, not take away from God. But like I said, using the old skin does more harm than it does good. I can never sound like that whole shirt, sweatshirt, something that you make for man. Every time you get cold, you go grab that sweatshirt or something and put it on. Well, throughout the years, notice you might have a little small hole in it. I'm gonna wear it anyway. It's my favorite sweatshirt. But after over a time, the little hole started getting bigger. And it might start getting a little smaller, just depending. You never know. Over time, things do shrink. You know, but you keep putting it on because you still like that. You still like it. Then one day you go put it on and you notice it don't fit anymore. Or, that hole got big, and then you try to put a little patch over it. Try to patch it up. Sometimes that patch ain't gonna hold because of the fabric. Over time, that fabric gets worn out, torn a little bit, but you still determined to put it on anyway. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. If it ain't working for you no more, just let it go. But you hold emotional attachment to it, for example. But like I was saying, you can only so much you can patch up. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and bite the bullet and just get rid of it, it just ain't gonna serve its purpose no more. Or you might just hand it down. You could put a patch on it, just hand it down. That could work. Just depending. But like I said, that sweatshirt, it holds emotional attachment. Just like our faith, it holds that attachment to us to God. We don't have that faith in Him, then nothing will ever prosper because we lost faith. We look throughout the whole Bible where many people that was faced with a lot of obstacles. In the beginning, they began to fail with God. They lost their faith. Faith is going to continue to bring you through. But once you get out of that realm, you start believing in what God said you can do. And also, it says, faith is a cloak that covers our protects our souls. By we practice, our faith can become worn out in touch with what people need and what is going on in the world. Sometimes the old time religion that was good enough for the great grandmother and fathers may not work for the young adults and the children today. That is a true statement because, as far as what work is, not saying we ain't gonna try to prevent it, but you gotta change with the time. Just like nowadays, we gotta look at our youth because the youth is the future of the future. If you're not reaching back trying to preserve the future, you can teach them, but they might have to do something, and you can teach them what you want, but they still might have to do a little things differently from how we would. But they still have it instilled in them. But the children are the future. You know, sometimes we just gotta pass that torch down, let them run. But we can also help guide them. Like I said, we can talk to them and try to instill good things in them. But you still have to evolve. Because like they said, what might work for your parents probably can't work. I mean, you think about it, majority of the families back then had at least about, we'll just say what, 7 to 8 or 9 kids back then. Okay, you take that and two parents like that, you can raise a family. Nowadays, you got two people in the household, you still can't really cope with bills. How high everything is. That's more from getting groceries, gas, lights, and water. Still, but they still have to go about things. But you just have to tweak it up just a little bit to where it can fit into today. You see what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, what might work good for them, I mean, it's good. Sometimes you might have to tweak it up just a little bit to fit in today's time. And that's why I say, the future of it is the kids. We really got even power for you and help them. Because this world is a cruel place. It is a cruel place. And then for somebody young like in the world, the world has no sympathy on it. But also, like I said, while there is a golden nationalist tried and the true faith and the wise things which represented and each saint to serve their present age, Christ knows how to teach each generation. We must follow his lead. Ultimately, Jesus taught the people that a new kingdom in covenant work. Their own way of participating in covenant community was given. Without his presence, therefore, it was inside. I'll go ahead and move down to the third final section. Sabbath argument. And it's more to verses 23 to 28. In this case, one Sabbath he was born through the covenant field. Is every day that was the Sabbath. The Pharisees said, look, why are they going to Sabbath? And he said to them, if you don't regret that you did what you did, you will see him. And then you did what you want to do. But if you don't want to do which is not called for me to preach to eat, and he got something to them. And he said to them, the Sabbath was made for human purposes, human purposes. So the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath. And he said to him, blessed are the children of the Sabbath, Jesus crucified, saying, and by the Pharisees was the never not only the old ancestors spirits and even from Moses, they had also filled their business the whole others who understand. Just as those children that they were not in the head cooking on the Sunday. The Pharisees considered plucking heads of grain to be hard work, not because they were rich, but they were hungry. Knowing their high esteem before King Jesus, they reminded the Pharisees of how the disciples had come into the house of the Lord when they were on their way from the Father, and had eaten bread and only for the priest. While they understand when the priests were further, the first of the people are hungry, should be able to eat even if it breaks a tradition. There's no right time for right food. People in the Sabbath was praying for the good people. So in other words, like I said, they ain't no choice. They ain't no They want supposed to eat the money. Yeah. I mean, they had to eat then. So that, they free, but that's wrong. They ain't supposed to be doing it. Like I said, it's just like, some teachers try to get their students. Teachers try to get your kids taught, try to get them educated, try to pass them things.